The Morello family, a tale of forgery, blackmail, and murder origins and early years. The Morello family, one of the earliest and most notorious Italian-American crime families, has roots deeply embedded in the tumultuous soil of the Sicilian Mafia. Their story begins in the small Sicilian town of Corleone, a name that would later gain infamy in popular culture thanks to the Godfather. The family patriarch, Giuseppe Morello, was born on May 2, 1867. His early years were marked by poverty and hardship, common conditions for many in Sicily at the time. In the late 19th century, like many of their compatriots, the Morellos emigrated to the United States, seeking better opportunities. They settled in the teeming, multicultural neighborhoods of New York City, where the seeds of their future criminal empire were first planted. The Morello family's criminal activities began almost immediately upon their arrival in America. They started with petty crimes, such as theft and extortion, but quickly graduated to more sophisticated and lucrative endeavors. Rise to power. By the early 1900s, Giuseppe Morello had established himself as a significant player in the underworld of New York City. Known as the clutch hand, due to a deformed right hand, Morello's reputation for ruthlessness and cunning helped him to consolidate power. He formed a gang that would later be recognized as one of the first mafia families in the United States. The Morello family's rise was facilitated by their involvement in various criminal enterprises, with forgery being one of their primary activities. Counterfeiting was a highly profitable venture during this period, and the Morellos were exceptionally skilled at producing fake currency. Their operations were so successful that they drew the attention of the Secret Service, the agency tasked with combating counterfeiting at the time. In addition to forgery, the Morello family engaged in blackmail and extortion. They preyed on their fellow Italian immigrants, many of whom were reluctant to go to the authorities for fear of retribution or deportation. The Morellos offered protection to businesses, demanding money in exchange for ensuring that no harm would come to them. Those who refused to pay often found themselves the victims of arson, assault, or worse. The barrel murder, one of the most notorious incidents involving the Morello family, was the barrel murder of 1903. The victim, Benedetto Madonia, was found stuffed inside a barrel on East 11th Street in Manhattan. Madonia had been brutally beaten and strangled, and the gruesome discovery sent shockwaves through the city. The murder was a stark message to those who would cross the Morello family. Although several members of the Morello gang, including Giuseppe Morello and his half-brother Ignazio Lupo the Wolf Saietta, were arrested and tried for the crime, they were ultimately acquitted due to lack of evidence. The case remains unsolved, but it is widely believed that the Morellos were responsible. Expansion and consolidation. The early 1900s saw the Morello family expand their criminal empire. They established a network of loyal associates and enforced their will through violence and intimidation. Their primary rivals during this period were the Camorra, a Neapolitan criminal organization. The struggle for control of New York's underworld led to numerous violent confrontations between the two groups. The Morellos' influence extended beyond New York City. They had connections with other Italian-American crime families across the country, from Chicago to New Orleans. These alliances allowed them to coordinate their activities and strengthen their position in the criminal underworld. The Castellammarese War. The 1920s brought about significant changes in the American Mafia. Prohibition, which lasted from 1920 to 1933, provided a golden opportunity for organized crime to flourish. The illegal production and distribution of alcohol became a highly profitable enterprise, and the Morello family, like many others, eagerly took advantage of the situation. However, this period also saw the rise of powerful rivals. One of the most significant challenges to the Morellos' dominance came from Salvatore Maranzano, a Sicilian mobster who sought to unify the various mafia factions under his control. This power struggle culminated in the Castellamarese War, a brutal conflict that lasted from 1929 to 1931. The Morello family found themselves embroiled in this bloody battle for supremacy. Giuseppe Morello and his allies supported Joe Masseria, another powerful mafia boss, against Maranzano. The war was marked by numerous assassinations and violent confrontations, with both sides suffering heavy losses. The fall of Giuseppe Morello. Giuseppe Morello's downfall came in 1930, during the height of the Castellamarese War. On August 15th, he was assassinated along with his ally, Joseph Perino. Their deaths were a significant blow to the Masseria faction and marked a turning point in the war. The murder of Giuseppe Morello was orchestrated by Maranzano's supporters, who sought to eliminate key figures in the rival faction. Morello's death left a power vacuum in the Morello family, and the ensuing chaos further weakened their position. The rise of the Luciano era. The end of the Castellamarese War marked the beginning of a new era in organized crime. After the murder of Joe Masseria in April 1931, Salvatore Maranzano declared himself the boss of bosses and sought to reorganize the mafia along more hierarchical lines. However, his reign was short-lived. In September 1931, Maranzano was assassinated on the orders of Charles "Lucky" Luciano, a rising star in the mafia. Luciano's rise to power heralded a new era of cooperation and organization within the American mafia. He established the Commission, a governing body that included the heads of the most powerful families. This move helped to reduce interfamily violence and allowed for more coordinated criminal activities. The Morello family, now under the leadership of new figures, was absorbed into the broader structure of Luciano's organization. While they no longer held the same level of power as during Giuseppe Morello's heyday, they continued to be a significant presence in the New York underworld. Legacy and influence. The Morello family's legacy is a testament to the adaptability and resilience of organized crime. Their early involvement in forgery, blackmail, and murder set the stage for the development of the American mafia. The methods and strategies they employed became templates for future generations of mobsters. Giuseppe Morello, despite his violent end, is remembered as a pioneering figure in the history of organized crime in America. His ability to build and maintain a criminal empire in the face of numerous challenges is a testament to his leadership and cunning. Modern connections. Although the Morello family as an independent entity faded into the annals of history, their influence can still be seen in the structure and operations of modern mafia families. The methods they pioneered, particularly in the realms of extortion and counterfeiting, remain staples of organized crime. In contemporary times, the descendants of early mafia families, including the Morellos, have integrated into the larger tapestry of American society. Some have pursued legitimate business ventures, while others have maintained connections to the underworld. The story of the Morello family serves as a reminder of the complex and often symbiotic relationship between organized crime and the broader society in which it operates. Conclusion. The Morello family's story is one of ambition, violence, and adaptability. From their humble beginnings in Sicily to their rise as one of the most powerful criminal organizations in New York City, the Morellos left an indelible mark on the history of organized crime. Their involvement in forgery, blackmail, and murder established them as pioneers in the American mafia, and their legacy continues to influence the world of organized crime to this day. As the underworld continues to evolve, the lessons learned from the Morello family's successes and failures remain relevant. Their story is a testament to the enduring nature of organized crime and the relentless pursuit of power and profit that drives it.